Casey Bettle. Uh, Bill Greenlee. And I can't see the fourth person. Catching back up with comments. No Archer Storm. There is no Archer Storm in Standard. If anyone could make that happen, please get back to me. Yosef, I see we have a 30th place finish out of CJ Quinton Kent. That's really rough. No cash prizes. But hey, 30th is better than 31st. Again, no Archer Storm in Standard. I will not sleep until we get a viable Archer Storm deck in this format. And excuse me while I change names on the thing. So, top 4 with only 10 people here today. See what happens. We have a case of red aggro, which has been on camera, versus blue-black control. If you're still there in chat, let me know what you think is going to win. I'm going to put my money on red aggro. Because red aggro. So guys, sorry, just looking for my deck list real quick. There it is. All right, that should be it. I think they are ready to begin, and I'm just finishing up this overlay. So, untimed rounds, as is top 4, which really favors the Turbo Fog watch your opponent mill out strategies, I gotta say. Would you agree with me?
What are we talking about?
How
Words and stuff and things?
untimed rounds allow for your opponent to just mill you out.
Yeah.
If you can make it to top
Yep.
4, top 8.
It allows for ridiculous things that happen. So.
Yeah, you just gotta make it. That's the catch.
Oh, CJ Quinton Ken got 30th.
I saw that.
Ugh.
No cash prizes.
Brutal.
Alrighty. Let me just.
So we're gonna get started here soon. We got Bill Greenlee on the mono red aggro.
Did we?
Daniel Green on Demir blue black control.
Did we have Daniel Green on cam yet?
Huh?
Did we have Daniel on cam yet?
No, Dan has not been on cam yet.
Awesome.
I actually
Sweet.
just
I've
finished.
actually got their deck
He was
list
the
right
last
here.
match in the last round. I was watching him against Sultai mid-range, Kyle Vance, who we saw earlier. And they went to a game 3, and Daniel stole it by he played Gonti, took a card from Kyle's Sultai list. Kyle then hostage taker the Gonti, but didn't have enough to immediately cast it. So then Daniel Green, and he had other creatures on the board. Daniel Green untaps Bantu's Last Reckoning,
From the Gonti?
kills Kyle's board, which kills the hostage taker, so it gets his Gonti back, which triggers again.
Vicious.
So he had 2 cards, and then when he finally got to untap, he played his 2 cards. One was a Vraska's Contempt
Dope.
on which he played on like a Ripjaw Raptor. Kyle was trying to stabilize again, and the other was Vraska herself.
Wow.
He stole
crazy.
Vraska, and I was just like, oh, that seems good, and he ultimated Vraska for the win.
Good for him.
Yep.
That's crazy, actually. I had a sealed pool where I had 2 Gontis in my deck.
That seems good.
So this is a little inappropriate, but I was very intoxicated because I didn't know I was going to this sealed pool. It was a midnight pre-release. And I was very intoxicated. So I went to the pre-release. Probably drunker than I should have. My friends drove me. Don't worry, guys.
Don't worry.
But I opened up my seal pool and got in with the Bomat Courier down to 19. And I didn't really come to until around round 3, where I was 2-0 up a game, about to win that game.
You start to regain consciousness. You're like, I'm at a Magic tournament,
Ugh.
and I'm at a Magic tournament. I'm doing really well. I should come
What
to
are these
tournaments.
cards?
I'm intoxicated more.
I shouldn't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But like, I guess I was obnoxious. I was like,
Yeah.
I would be like, get Gaunt. When I cast Gaunted, like get got. Like
It's so bad.
it's so bad. Everyone loved it. I'm sure.
You're sure they did. I totally believe that.
Everyone loved it.
I'm sure there wasn't one person who was mildly annoyed at
Especially being a guy who, could you imagine losing to a dude who's like,
all.
basically,
Bill getting in again with his Bomat Courier and dropping a Harsh Mentor.
just to let you know, Harsh
as a
Mentor,
follow-up.
if it was worded like old Magic cards, would deal damage to its owner when you activate your Bomat Courier.
Yeah.
But it only says opponents because we can't have universal effects anymore.
We can't
in
have
Magic.
nice things.
God forbid you think. Yeah, so Scream Get Gaunt if you ever want to really make somebody mad.
Yeah, I think
Be-
that would work.
Be next to Blackout Drunk at a pre-release tournament. Yeah, I ended up 5-0ing that pre-release.
He missed a Bomat Courier trigger.
Yep, guys, go get it. We're going to go fix that real quick. That's basically the game can't progress with that. It has to happen. So, is Dan just going to fall over and die here? Like, I don't really see how he can win. Hazaret, disallow.
That's a good starting
Good
point
start.
to
Not
help.
allowing a Hazaret to resolve.
Yeah.
I guess he could be.
But now while it's tapped out, if he could deal with these Bomat Couriers,
He's
Bill
dead.
has no way to restock.
Yeah,
and
he's on one card in hand.
100% screwed. If he could drop like a Bantu's Last Reckoning right now,
Yeah.
he doesn't even care if he's taking a turn off.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like his opponent will only have 2 cards in hand, 4 mana. One of them being a Scavenger Grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Agree.
Because all Bill has in hand is a shock.
There it is. Wow, called it.
Well, Dan wins.
I mean, yeah, Bill's obviously going to mill out because of the Bomat cards. Right?
I don't know. Dan can draw a lot of cards too, but I don't see. I mean, he's got a shock. That's
Yeah.
all he's got. That gets him to 11. That's not even half done.
Not even half done.
I don't see how Bill can get there. So Earthshaker can risk the draw. Dan's not having it. Yeah, this is over.
Yep.
This is over.
Yeah, I think there's no real way for Bill to ever get enough cards to resolve a relevant spell for the rest
Yeah.
of the game.
And the key word there is relevant. I'm sure he can. Dan will let a few things go, but there's no way he can get enough relevant spells through to punch.
Yeah,
the
I mean, he
damage
can bring
needs
back
to
the
get him.
Earthshaker.
Yeah.
He,
I
yeah,
don't know if he will though, because and I love Bill. He's a great guy, but he forgets stuff like that sometimes.
yeah.
He's not the most aware of the board state and all the triggers that he can do, the things he can get away with. I would fathom a guess that he won't even remember that he can eternalize that Earthshaker. I could be wrong. Maybe he does it right now and makes
Yeah,
me look like
so
an idiot.
I hope he does. I'm like this close if it wasn't like a games rule violation, and I
Just go
wasn't
tell him.
commentating, walking up there and be like, "Hey, bud, by the way,
I
if this
mean,
was like a Tuesday night casual event, I would 100% walk over there and
Oh,
do
yeah.
that right now,
sure.
just for the content." But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Because I've played a lot of games against Bill, and Bill will just sometimes forget that stuff. And now there's a card on top of his Earthshaker Kinra. So
I
he
hate
just-
it
He just
when,
might forget that it's there.
I hate it when my opponents forget
Yeah,
to
he
concede.
passed again.
Yep.
He's just.
Unless he's trying to get enough mana to resolve a spell and an Earthshaker Kenra.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, I hate it when my opponents forget to concede when I have a Lantern out and 3 mill pieces and an Ensnaring Bridge. I hate when they forget to concede. It's really frustrating for like the state of the game and flow.
But what if they have an out?
Through 3 mill pieces?
Yeah.
Sure, show it to me. I will make this game go to. I'm happy ending at 1-0. I have never had an issue ending a round at 1-0.
Yeah. I don't. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's hard. It's tough, but every once in a while, or depending on what someone might already have in their hand. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you don't want to concede, that's your right to not concede. Oh,
Mhm.
he could play 12 more Sunscorched Deserts.
Oh, that could get there.
That would get him there.
Is it legal to have 12 Sunscorched deserts in the deck?
I mean, maybe he
Because I don't
didn't
think
have
it
any
is.
other lands in his binder after Ramanop Ruins got, and he's like, no one will note it.
He was able to deal with the Gear Hulk though with an Abrade.
Yeah, which is great.
So, I mean, he's battling. He's trying to find a way, but I just again.
Yeah, I don't think that Earthshaker.
He's completely forgotten about that Earthshaker Kinra.
That's rough.
That's like 3 or 4 cards deep now in his graveyard, and Bill's not going to go back and check. And Dan just has all these cards in his hand. Here's another Earthshaker,
Well, now he gets to read it.
and it
Uh-oh.
resolves. Oh, now he remembers? Oh, is this happening? Oh, he put it on top, and he didn't do anything
Hey,
with
the graveyard order does not matter in this
Yep.
format.
it. Yep. Essence scatters away. That Earthshaker Kinra gains 3.
That's not Essence, guys.
Essence extraction.
Yeah.
Too much essence in standard.
Yeah. Watch him just slam this.
Oh, but there's Chandra. That
No, you
makes
should
it
play that.
slightly
I mean, it's
different.
going to get countered, but like you got to play it. If it somehow slips through,
Yeah,
you're just
he
in
has.
such a-
Nope. Here comes the Eternalize. Oh, what do you think, Gear Hulk? Flashback disallow? That'd be fun.
Sorry, yeah, that would be good. The wording on Eternalize.
I wouldn't even. That's not even worth it though, because you could Gear Hulk flashback like the hieroglyphic illuminations and then
Yeah,
just
then
block the
eat it.
contempt
Brass's
works too.
Contempt. Exiled.
Exile.
Along with all the other face down cards.
We've got a graveyard pile. We have an exile face up pile and an exile face down pile.
God, if only we had Praetor's Grasp legal in this format. One of my favorite spells to
Dan's graveyard is getting out of control and it's bothering me that it's almost encroaching on his lands.
Yeah. That also annoys me. I would agree.
Especially because he has a land next to the Vraska's Contempt, so it looks like it's supposed to be part of his lands, but it's not.
Question, have you ever played with the card Praetor's Grasp?
Mm-mm.
It is black.
So I played
Took
in
a
the
hiatus.
90s, and then I
Okay.
took like 15 years off, and
Gotcha.
I came back at Khans of Tarkir.
So I came in
So Praetor's
around.
Glass, that sounds like a new Phyrexia thing. If
It
it's
is
a
new
Praetor.
Phyrexia,
So
yeah.
I,
So I came
don't even know
around-
what the card is.
Okay. So I came in around Mirrodin, Kamigawa, obviously.
Oh,
I took a break.
Scarab God.
I took a break during like
Invocation Scarab God.
Lorwyn, Ravnica stuff.
Gotcha.
Barely touched Innistrad,
Mm-hmm.
but like played a little bit of New Phyrexia and then got back in during Theros.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Praetor's Grasp is black, black, and 1.
Okay.
Go through your target player's library
Oh, I
and
like it.
exile a card face down.
Okay.
You may cast that card during the rest of the game.
Bill just tried to internalize an Earthshaker Kinra, and this one was disallowed. So now Dan is just sitting there with a Scarab God on the board, and this
I mean,
is
he's
not
just
looking
going to
good.
untap. He's going to bring back an
So you
on-crop
exile
crasher
a card face down, and you can cast it
later on
free?
in the game.
or
Think Gonti's.
oh the Gontis with mana as though it was mana of any color.
I have to double check that. I don't think you could. I think, but you could take a land. It felt great when like your opponent played like one possible fetch land like for a basic,
Mm.
and then just like taking their forest or something like that, and then them having to go find a forest, and them just like looking for a forest, and you just being like, "Hey, can't find that forest." That's really awkward.
Weird. It just disappeared. How'd
That's
that happen?
crazy. Don't look at that card face down. You don't get to know what it is.
Alright, Praetor's Grass. Sorcery, 1 black black. Search target opponent's library for a card and exile it face down. Then that player shuffles his or her library. You may look at and play that card for as
So
long
you
as
could
it
play that
remains exiled. So you would need the lands though. It doesn't let you cast it for lands of any color.
No. Yeah, you need the mana for it. But so
Yeah.
you could play that land,
Sure.
or you could just keep it exiled face down when
Yeah.
you go looking for it.
Yeah.
right, we have an Abrade, Shock.
This
Looks
is
like
a
he's trying to
desperate
kill the
attempt to
Scarab
get rid of
God
the Scarab God,
for
and
a turn.
I don't even know if Dan would care.
I mean, he's going to 2-for-1 him.
Yeah. I mean, even if he let it resolve, like, whatever.
I think
he just
this game
gets
is,
it back.
I think this game is over.
This game is very over. This game was over the moment Dan played Bantu's Last Reckoning.
Agree. Chandra, maybe he was clearing the way for Chandra. Minus Chandra, plus Chandra? Plus Chandra. Looking at a Soul Scar Mage. Does he have the mana to cast it, though? I mean, it doesn't really matter too much, but it's a chump blocker.
For those who care about the sports ball, the Jaguars are beating the New England Patriots 20-10 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. This is very exciting.
It's very exciting.
This is
As
a good development.
diehard Chiefs fan,
Yeah.
I am overly enjoyed to see any team that has a modicum of historical success fail miserably.
Yep. Tom Brady is playing today. 17 for 24 for 152 yards.
Guess his hand isn't bothering him that much. Looks like
Blake
Bill
Bortles
scoops
is
it up.
18 for 24, though, with 225 yards and a touchdown.
So a couple screen passes to Leonard Fournette, and he ran it in like 85 yards.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's better.
It's better. Quasi. All right, that was game one. Let's see sideboard. I mean, Sorceress, Spyglass.
Yeah, I don't know if Bill has much that can really help him here.
Glory Bringers. Because they're big.
Maybe PNLR just to get more stuff on the board.
What does he take out, though? Shock?
I don't know. Honestly, it doesn't look good.
I mean, obviously he has the aggro hands if he gets it, and like he dodges.
At this point, just try to stay
Montes.
aggro. It maybe bring in more threats. That's about all I could think of.
Yeah.
Sorcerer Spyglass is really his best thing.
Mm-hmm. Switch it out for like.
Scarab God. Can't activate the
No,
Eternalize.
switch it out for like a shock or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
All right, well, we'll see. A Braid lines up now nicely with
Mhm.
the torrentials. All right, well, they're shuffling it up.
My friends just put their house on the market. It doesn't look this good.
So Heath, you're playing what in standard right now?
I am playing that Sultai mid-range deck that we saw earlier, that Kyle's playing, but I need to make some serious updates. I don't know exactly what I'm going to change. I think I want some Jade Light Rangers because it's
Seems good.
light on 3 drops, and I think Jade Light Ranger is great.
Yeah, like one of the black-green enchantment.
Yeah,
Just for
the
pure card.
Journey to Eternity is
Just
a
like,
one of.
Just absolutely one of, yeah.
I think it's great.
I think it's awesome. I don't think you want to run more than one.
No, I don't. I want one, and I think that should be enough.
I saw some build.
I'm actually wondering if I want to just turn it into a reanimator strategy instead of just mid-range,
Mhm.
and just play like 4 Champion of Wits, filter into the graveyard, like 3 or 4 strategic planning, filter more stuff into the graveyard, and play stuff like Liliana and maybe more of the Journey to the Eternity, and like reanimate big things like Razaketh
Yeah.
or something.
Cool. I like that. I saw that enchantment getting brewed up on a few forums I'm on.
The black-green one?
Yeah.
Journey to
For a
Eternity?
Jund Panza list.
In Standard?
Modern.
Ugh, stop.
Play a
No.
no. Play a Steve.
Okay.
The two
Yeah. Secure Tri-Revolver.
Secure Tri-Revolver.
Yeah.
Play that enchantment on him.
Okay.
Sack.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Saffron Olive was doing. Did you see his list?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen this?
No.
Oh, it was his
Oh,
against the
this
odds.
is the 4-color one.
No, it was like 5-color.
It was 5-color? Yeah, this was just Jund.
Oh, okay.
This was like playing Inferno
But
Titans
did you
and stuff.
see?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
It was great.
It was hilarious.
It was so funny.
I was really not happy with what happened to Lantern, but yeah, it was great.
I could not believe how he came back and defeated an Elspeth.
Yeah.
That was
Absurd.
insane to me that he could keep up with an Elspeth making 3/1/1 tokens a turn.
Thragtusk, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, think the red-green Ponza list, but that enchantment, a little more interaction. It's basically the same threat profile.
Yeah.
And just, like, reanimating Inferno
Yep.
Titans. It was sweet. All I'm saying is Steve and that enchantment work really well together. It's a lot of ramp.
Yeah.
So what are you playing in Modern then right now? Still, you're Sultai every format,
I'm
right?
Sultai in every format. I
Which
have
is good.
Sultai Death Shadow in Modern. In Legacy, I have Sultai Control.
Do you play Sultai Charm?
No.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
Because it's not good enough.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I actually loved Sultai Charm in
It's cool.
Standard. It was great.
I actually like all the charms. I think they're all very cool.
Yeah. I love when they do charms. I think they're a fun type of card to do.
Best charm of all time, go. I know it's a hot take. I'll have to top.
Well, here's the problem is I didn't start playing again until Khans of Tarkir.
So you don't know all of them.
I don't know all of them
There are
off the
a
top of
lot
my head,
now.
A, and there's a lot of them. And B, even if I did know them all, like I
There are
haven't played with all of them, so
yeah.
I don't know like actually how they play.
There
like,
are
in
about
situationally. Like I could
35
tell
to
you
40 of them.
I could tell you like out of the Khans of Tarkir ones, like Abzan Charm is by far and away the best one.
Yeah, it plays the best. Easily.
And I would actually say of the Khans of Tarkir ones,
Jeskai Charm was really good.
Sultai Charm is the second best one out of those 5.
I would say, yeah, like Abzan and then like
Sultai.
Jeskai is up there. Just as a great burn spell.
Jeskai after that, then Mardu, and then
By far and
Temur.
away, Temur Charm. The worst.
Temur was awful. But yeah, I don't know the other charms well enough. I couldn't tell you the Ravnica charms off the top of my head.
Like Azorius Charm, Rakdos
I
Charm.
have no idea what's on it.
Yeah.
I know Rakdos Charm. I know like some of them. Like I know Rakdos Charm has the Graveyard Hate,
And
and that's pretty much why it's played in Modern. Like
it used to be played as an answer to Splinter Twin.
yeah, I know that Golgari Charm has the -1/-1 to the board.
Yeah, and regenerate.
And regenerate and destroy an enchantment.
Mhm.
And that's played sometimes just for like token wiping, but I don't know much more.
Man, Bill's going face real hard.
Yep. Well, he has to. I think a lot of this is just trying to remember exactly what he was doing. Last game it just wasn't enough, and
Have to have the right mana. Remember ATL. Chitel, could you explain? Sorry,
did we miss something?
did we miss something on the board while we were
Rambling.
rambling about charms? My favorites are Funeral Charm. Sees modern play.
Okay.
It's +2, -1,
Well, what's the cost
1 mana, instant speed.
of what?
Black.
Color? Okay.
It was instant speed. Target player discards a card.
Okay.
Give a creature +2, -1, and Swamp Walk till end of turn.
Okay.
And I don't remember what the other one is because the other one's literally not relevant. But it feels so good killing opponent's player Snapcasters. I just out of nowhere.
Ooh.
It's like,
Instant speed kill snap.
yeah, instant speed kill snap. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Or draw
we
step.
have fatal push nowadays though.
Yeah. Or draw step. Discard a card. Feels great.
Yeah. Yeah. Fatal push makes.
Yeah. And then Piracy Charm, which is basically color shifted Funeral Charm, but in blue. Remember ATL.
All right. And so now Dan has aggro's worst enemy in a lifelinker, and a lifelinker that is also death touch, and now another death toucher.
Gaunty. Get Gaunt.
I see an Earthshaker Kenra. What's that? Something Flames.
Chandra's defeat.
I forget what it's called. It's what
Hungry
he took,
Flames. Hungry Flames.
Yep.
What does that do again? It's a board wipe. No, it's a removal spell.
It's a removal spell that like kills a creature and then does damage to the face at the same time. It's like a searing blood.
Blaze, searing blood type of. Okay. Carries Ev. Getting Hungry Flames. Ouch.
Yep.
Well, it looks like Daniel has again turned the corner here. God, the Gifted Aetherborn is such a beating for aggro decks.
My Sultai list runs 4 in the main. I love it. It's just great.
Hoses mid-range, hoses aggro. Another Hungry Flames. How much damage does that do? 4?
I think it's 3 to a creature and then 2 to the face.
Okay.
Which would make sense. That's enough for Carries Ev and Gonti.
I feel like you should have gone after Gifted Aetherborn there.
What? The Aetherborn? Yeah. Because the Gonti already did its job.
You can't just keep letting 4-point life swings happening.
Yeah.
It's always awkward. I hate playing extra lands, but with cards like Hazoret, you kind of have to. You can't afford to have 2 lands in hand and then top deck a Hazoret or something like that. I should say like 3 lands in hand.
I
Even
guess
if
you
the
could keep
control player
one, though.
Huh?
You could keep one,
Yeah.
because if you top deck Hazoret, you only need 1 or less.
Yeah.
But for 2, yeah, you can't get too overboard with it.
Yeah, like, because even if the control player can read a slough, sloughing is like a betting term where you're basically, it's like a bluff, but a little different. I don't really want to go into the intricacies, but even if like the control player can read the slough, it's still just like good practice.
Yep.
Because like he doesn't have any Earthshaker Kenras. I mean, unless he wants to cast an Earthshaker Kenra, get it killed, and then recast an Earthshaker Kenra. I don't really get what's he going for there.
Yeah.
That's a shock. He's gonna have to use it on the Gifted Aetherborn. Also, like Daniel's at 18. I feel like hitting the Gonti there was a mistake. Oh, he lets it hit. Wow. I feel like he just got to go for it there. Hey guys, the exact thing I just talked about might come up here.
Yeah.
He just drew an Earthshaker Kenra.
This feels just like last game now at this point, where it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, he's just getting in with the 2/2 threat.
And Bill's only hanging with a shock, doesn't deal with that Aetherborn.
Still, he has shock in hand.
And that's game.
Well, he's done.
And it's over. Dan Green is going to move on to our finals.
Awesome.
And we will be back here shortly.
Yep.
With Blue-Black Control versus something.
Unknown.
Dun-dun-dun.